teenage purveyor of the white girl gospel, zealous pupil of the hot comb, of oily neck and folded ear. But before that, you were young.
My mom used to always keep my hair in 4 little plaits. She'd add hair barrettes, beads, and bows. That's what all mothers did for their little girls. It must have become too strenuous of a process for my mother to tame my hair. Or she was just doing as her mother did for her. Regardless, I received my first relaxer in elementary school. Because we have lost the knowledge of how to maintain our hair in the manner in which it deserves, we seek alternatives that reflect a larger dominating society around us. I never saw girls with my natural texture elevated on social media. Once finished, my scalp was still tender. I felt like a new person. New hair, new me. Am I right? I can also remember purposely swinging my bra strap length hair so intentionally to make other black girls with kinky hair jealous. FYI, it worked. When I was 10 years old, I was ecstatic because my mom finally let me get box braids. She only let me get the hairstyle once. 4 years later, I hear my theater teacher cackling obnoxiously, so of course I look over. I see her peering around the room saying, "Where's Jada?" We make eye contact, and she goes, "Oh, never mind." I approach her and ask why she was looking for me. She says, "Alex just found a fake piece of hair outside, and I wanted to see if it was yours, but your hair is straightened." I didn't say anything. I couldn't say anything. I had so many emotions building up inside of me that I couldn't form a complete thought. I was embarrassed. I wanted to address the issue the following day, but I didn't want to admit that I had those feelings. I didn't want to seem difficult. For me, I thought humiliated silence was the best way of forgetting, but in fact, I still haven't forgotten. I had only worn weave once in my life, and it was before I even met her. I reminded myself that this is why I don't wear weave. It occurred to me later that no matter what I do, no matter how much I try, some will still see me as their idea of an average black girl. I slowly felt a significant part of my identity slipping through my fingers as I ran my hand through my hair and witnessed the strands clinging onto my hand. Okay, so I wasn't actually bald. I felt as though I lost a part of my identity. I took pride in being the only black girl with silky shoulder-length hair. I was smart, preppy, pretty, and my straight hair was the icing on the cake. Now, I was just a black girl. Although I was still smart, I became less confident in myself, which caused me to participate less in class. Now that I've had 3 years to put things into perspective, I realized that I placed way too much value on my hair, and people didn't see me any different.
A boy said he didn't date black girls.
Like his mama wasn't a black girl.
Like his sister wasn't a black girl.
My brother begins to tell us about how his 4-week relationship with a girl didn't work out. But of course, we were not surprised. After listening to his sob story, I asked, "Who are you going to date next? Kayla?" My brother's face was intensely flooded with confusion. He proceeded to say, "I don't date black girls," with such a conviction that I knew he wasn't joking. One day, I mustered up enough courage to ask my brother, "Why don't you date black girls?" And his response was, "Well, if there were black girls like you, then I would." I didn't have anything to say because there was an unspoken understanding of the type of black girls he was referring to. Honestly, I felt a bit better about his response because it reinforced the idea that I was one of the better ones because of my chemically straightened hair and poised behavior. But this feeling of ease was only temporary because I also knew there were other girls out there just like me that he had never given a second thought.
So pardon me if I can't openly accept your compliments. Pardon me if I can't openly accept your compliments. It's just the average black girl that I know. The average black girl that I know had courage that surpassed her every fear and fought for justice and equality year after year. So as I construct these words, pardon me as I shed a tear because I'm not half the black girl she was.
I eventually started saying I didn't date black guys with hopes of triggering a reaction within my brother. Not only did it not influence my brother at all, but I just made the sentiments I had towards the average African American more negative. Hearing my brother say that he didn't date black girls with so much conviction hurt my self-esteem. I began to consider the concept of another guy liking me. Okay, I know that my brother loves and adores me. He would do anything in the world to see me happy. Doesn't he know that I'm a black girl? How could someone I look up to be opposed to dating a girl like me?
Woman in black is to be born knowing your beauty does not belong to you.
Is to be the first and last person to love yourself.
Is to know you're not desirable to your own kind.
When compared with another black girl, it didn't take any effort on my end to prove that I was different. In my mind, different equaled better. But when compared to a white girl, I always felt that I fell short in some area. Whether it was my hair wasn't straight enough due to my naturally kinky texture, or my speech wasn't as eloquent. When I was in middle school, I didn't want to be considered the average black girl. So much so that I was so fixated in showing my pride for my country. I developed many conservative views, and I was not afraid to express them. I was born and raised in Texas, and it's no secret that during election time, Texas is a Republican state. Texas borders Mexico, and I had the pleasure of being exposed to a community of people who value unity, family, and food. As anti-Mexican sentiment rose, I developed negative feelings towards them. Looking back, I'm embarrassed because some of my best friends and my sister-in-law are Mexican. I thought that sharing my conservative and xenophobic views elevated me above my connotation of the average black girl. Why do you talk like a white person? I've been asked so many times, I've lost count. My initial reaction was to be offended. Now I ask, how are black people supposed to talk? Despite my dark complexion, my voice, moreover the way I speak, somehow makes me less black than others. Black people are generally seen as uneducated. People seem to think I was some kind of walking oxymoron.
And as America's society continuously throws these supercilious words unto me, I say no. I'm not the average black girl. I can only aspire to be.